What if I told you that you could have complete backyard privacy in just 2 to 3 years instead of waiting decades? Not with expensive fencing that costs $30,000. Not with ugly privacy screens that fall apart. I'm talking about living privacy walls that grow 3, 4, even 8 FT per year. Trees so fast growing that your neighbors will be shocked at how quickly you transformed your exposed backyard into a private sanctuary. Most people don't know this, but while everyone's installing costly fences or planting slow-growing trees that take 15 years to provide any privacy, there are fast-growing species out there that can give you a dense, beautiful privacy screen in a fraction of the time. Trees with incredible growth rates, low maintenance requirements, and proven track records for creating natural barriers. And today, I'm going to show you 20 of them that will change the way you think about backyard privacy forever. Stick around because number 7 on this list can grow up to 8 feet in a single year. Researched by forestry experts as one of the fastest growing trees in North America. And number 18 has stunning silvery blue foliage that looks like something from a Mediterranean villa while providing complete privacy in just 3 years. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because we post new videos every week about transforming your property into the homestead of your dream. So, let's get into it. Here are 20 fast-growing trees for instant backyard privacy, ranked from impressive to absolutely incredible. Top 1. Leyland Cypress. Let's start with the Leyland Cypress, and there's a reason this tree tops so many privacy lists. This evergreen giant can grow 3 to 4 feet per year, and it creates one of the densest privacy screens you'll ever see. Cupressus cyparis leylandii is essentially the perfect privacy tree. The dense feathery foliage stays green year-round, creating an impenetrable visual barrier. Once mature, you literally cannot see through a row of Leyland cypress. It's like installing a living wall that also happens to be beautiful. Here's what makes Leyland cypress special from a privacy perspective. The growth rate is exceptional. Under ideal conditions, young trees can add 3 to 4 ft of height annually. The form is naturally pyramidal and dense, requiring minimal pruning, and it tolerates a wide range of soil conditions, making it adaptable to most properties. The reason Leyland cypress is such a privacy champion is simple. Speed plus density plus evergreen foliage equals results. Within 3 to 5 years, you can have a privacy screen that would take traditional trees 15 years to achieve. The math changes completely when you're adding 3+ feet of growth every single year. Modern suburban living demands privacy solutions that work fast. From blocking out neighbors to creating secluded outdoor spaces to reducing noise pollution, Leyland cypress delivers on all fronts. Think of it as the tree that literally builds your privacy wall year after year, just waiting for you to plant it and watch it grow. Top 2. Green Giant Arbor Vitae. Green Giant Arbor Vitae might be the ultimate set-it-and-forget-it privacy tree. This pyramidal evergreen grows 3 to 5 ft per year, stays naturally narrow, and requires almost zero maintenance once established. Thuya Green Giant is what happens when you take the best qualities of traditional arborvitae and amplify them. It's fast-growing but maintains excellent form without constant pruning. It's evergreen with rich, vibrant foliage that doesn't brown out in winter like some varieties, and it's naturally resistant to many of the diseases that plague other evergreens. Here's the business case for Green Giant. If we're thinking about return on investment for privacy, you plant young trees that cost $30 to $100 depending on size. Within 3 years, you have 15 to 20 ft tall privacy screens. Compare that to building a fence at $100 plus per linear foot, and suddenly these trees are incredibly economical. The form is naturally pyramidal with a narrow profile, which means you can plant them closer together without them getting too wide for smaller yards. This is crucial for modern suburban lots where space is limited. You get privacy without sacrificing too much yard space. Modern landscaping trends favor living solutions over hardscaping, and Green Giant Arborvitae fits perfectly. From HOAs that restrict fence heights to environmental consciousness to simply wanting something beautiful instead of utilitarian. This tree checks all the boxes. It's the privacy solution that proves fast-growing doesn't mean high maintenance. Top 3. Emerald Green Arborvitae. Emerald Green Arborvitae is the answer for anyone with limited space who still needs serious privacy. This narrow evergreen grows 1 to 2 feet per year, and maintains a slim, elegant profile that's perfect for tight spaces. Thuja occidentalis emerald green might not have the explosive growth rate of some trees on this list, but what it lacks in speed, it makes up for in form and reliability. The growth is steady and predictable. The foliage is dense and rich green year-round, and the narrow columnar shape means you can plant them just 3 to 4 feet apart to create a solid privacy hedge. Here's what makes emerald green special. It's the civilized privacy tree. While some fast growers can become unruly or require constant maintenance, emerald green grows in a naturally controlled manner. It reaches 12 to 15 ft tall at maturity, but only 3 to 4 feet wide. That's privacy without overwhelming smaller yard. The reliability factor is huge. These trees are cold hardy, disease resistant, and don't suffer the winter browning that plagues some arborvitae variety. You plant them knowing exactly what you're going to get. No surprises, just steady, dependable privacy. Emerald green got its reputation in formal landscaping because it maintains such clean lines. But that same characteristic makes it perfect for privacy applications where you want the screen to look intentional and well-maintained. It's the tree that proves sometimes slower and steadier wins the privacy race, especially in constrained spaces. Top 4, Thuja techni. Thuja techni is the broader, more robust cousin of emerald green, and it's perfect for creating wider privacy screens where you have the space. This evergreen grows 1 to 2 feet per year with a broader pyramidal form. Thuja occidentalis techni was originally developed in Illinois and bred for cold hardiness and form. What you get is an exceptionally tough tree that maintains deep green color even in harsh winters. The broader form, typically 10 to 15 ft wide at maturity, creates more coverage per tree than narrow varieties. Here's the opportunity with techni. If you have the room, wider trees mean fewer plants needed for complete privacy. Instead of planting trees every 3 feet, you can space techni 6 to 8 feet apart and still achieve full screening as they mature. That's fewer trees to buy, plant, and maintain. The cold hardiness is exceptional, making this the choice for northern climates where other evergreens might struggle. It routinely handles temperatures well below zero without damage or winter burn. That reliability in harsh conditions is invaluable. Modern privacy needs often require screens that block not just sightlines but also wind and sound. The broader, denser form of technique excels at this. It's not just a visual barrier, it's a legitimate windbreak and noise buffer. Think of it as the workhorse privacy tree that performs multiple functions while looking beautiful year-round. Top 5, bald cypress. Now here's something most people don't expect in a privacy tree list. Bald cypress. This deciduous conifer grows 2 to 3 feet per year and creates a feathery, soft-textured screen that's absolutely gorgeous. Taxodium distichum is technically deciduous, meaning it drops its needles in winter. But before you skip over it, consider this. The branching structure is so dense that even bare these trees provide significant screening. And during the growing season, the soft, lacy foliage creates privacy with a softer aesthetic than traditional evergreen. Here's what makes bald cypress unique as a privacy solution. It's the tree that thrives where others fail. Wet soil, no problem. In fact, it prefers it. Poor drainage, that spot in your yard where nothing else will grow. Bald cypress will turn it into a privacy screen. The growth rate is impressive, especially in moist conditions. Young trees can easily add 2 to 3 ft annually. The form is naturally pyramidal, and the branching is so intricate that you get substantial screening even in winter. Plus, the fall color, rusty orange-brown, is stunning. Bald cypress got overlooked for privacy applications simply because it's deciduous. But for properties with wet areas, challenging soil, or anyone wanting a softer aesthetic than typical evergreen walls, this is the tree that delivers both function and distinctive beauty. It's the privacy solution that proves deciduous doesn't mean ineffective. Top 6, Eastern white pine. Eastern white pine is a classic North American evergreen that combines fast growth with soft, elegant appearance. This tree can grow 2 to 3 feet per year and creates a more natural, informal privacy screen. Pinus strobus has long, soft needles that give it a delicate appearance, despite being a substantial privacy tree. The growth rate in good conditions is excellent. Young trees routinely add 2 to 3 feet of vertical growth annually. And unlike some fast growers, eastern white pine can live for well over 100 years, making it a truly long-term solution. Here's the appeal of eastern white pine. It creates privacy without looking like you're building a fortress. The soft texture and slightly irregular growth pattern give it a natural woodland aesthetic. It's privacy that looks organic rather than deliberate, which many people prefer. The branching pattern, especially with lower branches retained, creates excellent screening. The key is not pruning the lower limbs too aggressively. Let them develop naturally and you get privacy from ground level up. The evergreen foliage provides year-round coverage with a much softer visual than dense manicured hedges. Modern naturalistic landscaping trends favor native species and natural forms, and eastern white pine delivers both. It's the tree that proves you can have effective privacy while maintaining a natural park-like aesthetic on your property. Top 7. Hybrid poplar. Now we're getting into the truly explosive growth rates. Hybrid poplar can grow 4 to 8 FRT per year. Yes, you read that right, making it one of the absolute fastest privacy solutions available. Populous deltoids by hybrids are essentially engineered for speed. These trees were developed specifically for fast growth, and they deliver in ideal conditions with adequate water and sunlight. Hybrid poplars can add 6 to 8 FT of height in a single growing season. That's the kind of growth that transforms a property in just 2 to 3 years. Here's what makes hybrid poplar remarkable. If you need privacy yesterday, this is your tree. New construction with zero mature trees. Hybrid poplar creates screening faster than any other option. Property line disputes where you need immediate visual separation. Plant these in spring and have substantial screening by fall. The trade-off with such explosive growth is a lifespan. Hybrid poplars typically live 20 to 30 years versus 50 plus for many evergreens. But for rapid privacy, especially as a temporary solution, while slower growing trees mature, nothing beats them. Many smart landscapers plant hybrid poplars for immediate screening, alongside slower growing evergreens for long-term solutions. The size these trees reach is substantial, 60 to 80 feet tall and 30 to 40 feet wide at maturity. That's not just privacy. That's a complete visual barrier and substantial shade. The root system is aggressive, so plant them away from structures and utilities. But in the right location, hybrid poplar is the speed solution that proves sometimes you can't beat pure explosive growth. Top 8. Willow hybrid. Willow hybrid takes the natural fast growth of willows and amplifies it. These trees can grow 6 to 10 FT per year in ideal conditions, creating living privacy walls almost overnight. Salix matsudana by Alba hybrids combine the best traits of different willow species: explosive growth rate, dense branching, and adaptability. If you have a wet area in your yard near a pond, stream, or low spot with poor drainage, willow hybrid turns that problem area into a privacy asset. Here's the opportunity with willow hybrid. These trees create privacy so fast it's almost hard to believe. Plant 6 FT saplings in spring, and by the end of summer you're looking at 12 to 15 FT trees. By year 2, you have a legitimate privacy screen. By year 3, you have a dense living wall. The branching pattern is naturally dense, especially if you prune strategically to encourage bushier growth rather than just vertical height. Many people maintain willow hybrids as large shrubs or pollarded them annually to keep them at desired heights while maximizing density. The flexibility in management is a huge advantage. Willow hybrid is ideal for properties with water features or drainage issues where traditional privacy trees might struggle. It's the tree that turns the challenging spot in your yard into your privacy solution. Think of it as the ultra-fast grower that proves wet soil isn't a problem. It's an opportunity. Top 9. Tulip tree. Tulip tree, also called yellow poplar, is a fast-growing deciduous tree that creates privacy through sheer size and dense canopy. These trees can grow 2 to 3 feet per year and reach impressive heights. Liriodendron tulipifera is one of the tallest eastern North American hardwoods, routinely reaching 80 to 100 FT at maturity. The growth rate in youth is excellent. Young trees add 2 to 3 feet annually, and the form is straight and tall, making it perfect for screening upper stories or creating privacy from elevated sightline. Here's what makes tulip tree interesting for privacy. It solves the problem of 2-story houses overlooking your yard. While many privacy trees excel at ground-level screening, Tulip tree creates privacy at height. The substantial canopy blocks sight lines from second-story windows while providing the added benefits of shade and beauty. The distinctive tulip-shaped flowers in late spring are a bonus. Beautiful ornamental features on a functional privacy tree. The fall color is golden yellow, adding seasonal interest, and the straight trunk and branching pattern create a more formal appearance than many fast-growing deciduous trees. Tulip tree works best in larger properties where you have room for substantial tree. It's not the choice for tiny urban lots, but for properties with space, it's the privacy solution that also becomes a landscape centerpiece. It's the tree that proves privacy and ornamental value aren't mutually exclusive. Top 10, silver maple. Silver maple combines fast growth with broad canopy for privacy solutions that also provide substantial shade. These trees grow 3 to 5 ft per year and create wide-spreading coverage. Acer saccharinum is one of the fastest-growing maples, routinely adding 3 to 5 ft of height annually in good conditions. The branching pattern creates a broad, rounded canopy that can spread 40 to 60 feet wide at maturity. That's not just privacy. It's a complete overhead screen that also delivers cooling shade. Here's the appeal of silver maple. It creates privacy from above and from the sides simultaneously. The dense canopy blocks sight lines from neighboring second stories, while the lower branching provides lateral screening. It's a comprehensive privacy solution that also makes your yard more comfortable during hot summers. The silver undersides of the leaves are distinctive. When wind blows, the leaves shimmer and flash silver, creating beautiful visual interest. Fall color ranges from yellow to pale orange, and the tree's tolerance of various soil conditions, including occasional flooding, makes it adaptable to different properties. Silver maple works best where you have room for substantial trees and want both privacy and shade. The root system can be aggressive, so plant away from structures, septic systems, and utilities, but in the right location, it's the fast-growing solution that delivers multiple benefits while creating effective privacy screening. Top 11, red maple. Red maple offers fast growth with spectacular seasonal color, making it a privacy solution that's also a showstopper. These trees grow 2 to 3 feet per year and provide excellent screening with the added benefit of brilliant fall display. Acer rubrum is one of the most adaptable North American trees, thriving in a wide range of soil conditions from wet to dry. The growth rate is solid. Young trees add 2 to 3 feet annually, and the seasonal interest is exceptional. Red flowers in early spring, dense green canopy in summer, and brilliant red to orange fall color. Here's what makes red maple special as a privacy tree. It's the solution that provides privacy while also being a legitimate landscape specimen. The spring flowers appear before leaves emerge, creating early season color. The summer foliage is dense enough for effective screening, and the fall display is genuinely spectacular. Few trees can match a red maple in peak autumn color. The form is typically oval to rounded, creating good screening at multiple heights. The branching pattern, especially if lower limbs are retained during early growth, provides privacy from ground level up. And the adaptability means it performs well in various locations and soil types on your property. Red maple is the choice when you want privacy trees that also serve as landscape focal points. It's the tree that proves functional doesn't have to mean boring, and that privacy solutions can be absolutely beautiful. Top 12, river birch. River birch creates privacy through its distinctive multi-stem form and fast growth rate of 2 to 3 feet per year. The exfoliating bark adds year-round visual interest. Betula nigra is unique among birches for its heat tolerance and resistance to bronze birch borer, making it much more reliable than other birch species. The peeling cinnamon-colored bark is stunning, creating visual interest even in winter when leaves have dropped. Many are grown with multiple trunks, creating a wider, bushier form perfect for screening. Here's the opportunity with river birch. The multi-trunk form creates natural privacy without requiring multiple trees. A single multi-stem river birch can screen 10 to 15 ft of width. The branching is dense, especially in the lower portion of the tree if you don't prune it up, creating effective ground-level privacy. The growth rate in moist soils is excellent. As the name suggests, river birch thrives near water or in areas with consistent moisture. That wet spot in your yard becomes the perfect location for a fast-growing privacy screen that's also gorgeous. The exfoliating bark means river birch provides visual interest in all four seasons, something most privacy trees can't claim. From the fresh green of spring leaves to summer's full canopy, to fall's golden yellow to winter's architectural branching and peeling bark, you get year-round beauty with your privacy. River birch is the choice when you want privacy that's also artistically interesting. It's the tree that proves screening can be sculptural, and that wet soil is an opportunity, not a limitation. Top 13. Sweet gum. Sweet gum creates privacy through vertical height and dense canopy, growing 2 to 3 ft per year and reaching substantial size at maturity. The star-shaped leaves and fall color are distinctive. Liquid ambar styraciflua is a substantial tree reaching 60 to 75 f tall with a pyramidal to oval form. The growth rate in youth is strong, with young trees adding 2 to 3 feet annually. The branching pattern creates dense summer screening, and the distinctive star-shaped leaves set it apart from typical privacy trees. Here's what makes sweet gum interesting for privacy. It creates vertical screening that works for larger properties where you want to block distant sightlines or create privacy from elevated positions. The height and density combine to create effective barriers without requiring linear plantings of multiple trees. The fall color is exceptional, ranging from yellow to orange to deep burgundy purple, often all on the same tree. The spiky seed balls are distinctive, and admittedly, some people find them annoying, but they add unique character. And the corky ridges that develop on branches add winter interest. Sweet gum tolerates various soil conditions, but grows fastest in moist, well-drained sites. It's adaptable to both full sun and partial shade, making it versatile for different locations on your property. Sweet gum is the choice for creating privacy through substantial vertical screens rather than dense hedges. It's the tree that proves sometimes height is the best privacy strategy. Top 14. Quaking aspen. Quaking aspen uses an unusual strategy for privacy: clonal growth. These trees grow 2 to 3 feet per year, and they spread through root suckers to create entire groves from a single tree. Populus tremuloides is unique among privacy solutions because a single tree becomes many. The root system sends up new shoots that become additional trees, creating natural groves over time in the right location, particularly where you want to fill a large area with screening. This characteristic is incredibly valuable. Here's the opportunity with quaking aspen. Instead of buying and planting dozens of trees, you plant a few and let them naturally propagate to fill the space. The white bark is distinctive and beautiful. The leaves quake in the slightest breeze, creating constant motion and shimmer. And the golden yellow fall color is spectacular. The growth rate is strong, with established trees adding 2 to 3 ft annually. The clonal spreading means your privacy screen expands laterally over time without additional planting. In 5 to 10 years, a few trees can become a substantial grove, providing complete privacy. The catch with quaking aspen is controlling the spread. The root suckers can be aggressive, so this isn't the choice for small formal landscapes. But for larger, more natural settings, where you want to fill space with beautiful, fast-growing screening, it's exceptional. Quaking aspen is the tree that proves sometimes letting nature do the multiplying creates the most effective privacy solutions with the least ongoing effort. Top 15. Norway spruce. Norway spruce creates privacy with its fast growth rate of 2 to 3 feet per year and distinctive drooping branches that create dense layered screening. Picea abies is a substantial evergreen that can reach 40 to 60 ft tall with a pyramidal form. The branches have a characteristic drooping habit that creates a layered, cascading appearance. This branching pattern, combined with dense needles, provides exceptional privacy screening with a distinctive, elegant aesthetic. Here's what makes Norway spruce special. The drooping branches create privacy that extends to ground level naturally. Many evergreens lose their lower branches as they mature, creating gaps in screening. Norway spruce maintains density from ground to top, especially if you retain lower branches during early growth. The growth rate is strong for an evergreen of this size. Young trees routinely add 2 to 3 feet annually. The needles are dark green, creating a rich backdrop year-round, and the tree's cold hardiness is exceptional. It thrives in northern climates where other evergreens might struggle. The mature size is substantial, so Norway spruce works best on larger properties where you have room for big trees. But for creating screens that block everything, sight, wind, and sound, few trees perform better. The density is truly exceptional. Norway spruce is the choice when you want serious, substantial evergreen screening with distinctive character. It's the tree that proves drooping branches aren't a flaw. They're a privacy feature. Top 16, Douglas Fir. Douglas fir combines fast growth with a classic evergreen form, growing 2 to 3 feet per year in suitable conditions and creating dense pyramidal screening. Pseudotsuga menziesii is a western native that performs exceptionally in the right climate. The growth rate can be outstanding in areas with adequate moisture and cooler temperatures. Young trees add 2 to 3 ft or more annually. The form is classically conical with dense branching that creates excellent screening. Here's the opportunity with Douglas fir in regions where it thrives, particularly the Pacific Northwest and mountainous areas. It's among the best privacy evergreens available. The soft needles create a more refined appearance than some evergreens. The branching pattern provides density without the rigid formal look of some privacy trees. The size at maturity is substantial, 40 to 80 feet depending on variety and growing conditions. That's complete privacy screening that also becomes a landscape anchor and property landmark. The longevity is exceptional. These trees can live for centuries, making them truly multi-generational privacy solutions. Douglas fir is climate-specific. It performs best in cooler, moister conditions and struggles in hot, humid climates. But in the right location, it's the gold standard for fast-growing evergreen privacy screens. It's the tree that proves regional adaptation creates optimal performance. Top 17, Carolina Sapphire Cypress. Now we're into truly special territory. Carolina Sapphire Cypress combines fast growth of 3 to 4 feet per year with stunning silvery blue foliage that looks like something from a Mediterranean villa. Cupressus arizonica sapphire is a cultivar bred specifically for fast growth and distinctive color. The silvery blue needles are unlike typical green privacy trees, creating visual interest while providing screening. The growth rate is exceptional. Young trees routinely add 3 to 4 feet annually, and the form is naturally pyramidal with dense branching. Here's what makes Carolina sapphire special. It's the privacy tree that guests notice and compliment. The color is distinctive enough that it becomes a landscape feature while still functioning as screening. You get privacy that's also artistically interesting. Not just a green wall, but a silvery backdrop that enhances your entire landscape. The density is excellent for privacy applications. The branching is tight and the needles are packed densely on branches, creating solid visual barriers. And the evergreen nature means year-round coverage without seasonal gaps. The adaptability is strong. Carolina sapphire handles heat and drought better than many evergreens, making it suitable for regions where other privacy trees might struggle. It's the choice when you want fast privacy with distinctive visual appeal. Carolina sapphire cypress is the tree that proves privacy screening can be beautiful enough to be the landscape's focal point. It's privacy that people admire rather than just accept. Top 18, Wax Myrtle. Wax myrtle might technically be a large shrub or small tree, but for creating dense, fragrant privacy screens in southern climates, it's exceptional. This evergreen grows 3 to 5 feet per year and creates walls of dense aromatic foliage. Myrica cerifera thrives in coastal and southern regions, tolerating sandy soil, salt spray, and heat that would stress many other privacy plants. The growth rate is strong. Established plants easily add 3 to 5 ft annually, and the evergreen foliage is densely packed, creating excellent visual barriers. Here's the opportunity with wax myrtle. It creates privacy where many traditional trees struggle. Coastal properties with sandy soil and salt exposure, wax myrtle thrives. Hot, humid southern climates, perfect. Wet areas with poor drainage, it handles that too. The adaptability makes it the go-to privacy solution for challenging southern and coastal sites. The fragrance is distinctive. When you brush against the leaves or prune, they release a pleasant bayberry scent. The waxy berries attract birds, adding wildlife value, and the plant responds well to pruning, meaning you can maintain it as a formal hedge or let it grow into a more natural screen. The mature size is typically 10 to 15 feet tall and wide, making it perfect for creating privacy hedges without overwhelming smaller properties. The density at maturity is exceptional, properly maintained. Wax myrtle hedges are essentially impenetrable visual barriers. Wax myrtle is the choice for southern and coastal properties where you need fast-growing, adaptable, evergreen privacy. It's the plant that proves regional natives often outperform exotic alternatives for local conditions. Top 19, bamboo. Now I know what you're thinking. Bamboo isn't technically a tree, but for creating privacy screens faster than almost anything else, clumping bamboo varieties deserve serious consideration. These plants can grow 3 to 5 ft per year and create dense, tall screening. Clumping bamboo species, Fargesia and bambusa varieties, grow in tight clusters rather than spreading aggressively like running bamboo. This makes them manageable privacy solutions rather than invasive nightmares. The growth rate is remarkable. Established clumps send up new canes annually that reach full height in a single season. Here's what makes clumping bamboo interesting for privacy. The density is unmatched. Bamboo creates solid visual barriers with distinctive vertical lines that are both modern and natural looking. The evergreen foliage provides year-round coverage, and the rustling sound of leaves in the wind creates pleasant ambient noise that also helps mask other sounds. The key is choosing clumping varieties and understanding your climate. Cold-hardy varieties like Fargesia work in northern regions. Heat-tolerant bambusa varieties excel in southern climates. Matching variety to climate is crucial for success. The maintenance is minimal once established. Bamboo requires little more than occasional removal of dead canes. The growth is so vigorous that it quickly fills space and maintains density naturally. And the vertical architecture creates privacy without taking up excessive ground space. Perfect for narrow planting areas along property line. Bamboo is the choice when you want privacy that's also architecturally interesting and grows remarkably fast. It's the plant that proves thinking outside traditional tree categories opens up new possibilities. Top 20 Leylandii cypress. And here we are at number 20, the plant I saved for last because it represents the ultimate in fast-growing privacy screening. Leylandii cypress, particularly Italian cypress type varieties, creates privacy screens so dense and so fast that they're almost hard to believe. Cupressus x Leylandii varieties bred for tall, narrow forms can grow 3 to 4 feet per year while maintaining slim profiles perfect for tight spaces. These trees create living walls, narrow, tall, and impenetrably dense. At maturity, they can reach 40 to 60 ft tall while remaining just 10 to 15 ft wide. Here's what makes these varieties special. They combine all the best qualities of privacy trees into single packages. Evergreen density, absolutely. Narrow form for tight spaces, year-round coverage. They're essentially engineered for privacy applications. The growth rate means you get effective screening in just 2 to 3 years. The narrow form means you can plant them along property lines without encroaching on either your space or your neighbors. The density means complete visual blocking without gaps. And the evergreen nature means this privacy works 365 days a year. The architectural quality of tall, narrow Leylandii varieties creates formal, intentional-looking privacy screens that also enhance property value. This isn't just blocking views. It's creating elegant living architecture that defines outdoor spaces. Leylandii cypress varieties are the choice when you want maximum privacy and minimum space with minimal time. They're the trees that prove sometimes selective breeding creates superior solutions for specific applications. It's privacy perfection for the modern property owner. If you made it this far, you now know something that most homeowners don't. You don't have to wait 15 years for privacy. The fastest growing trees can transform your exposed backyard into a private sanctuary in just 2 to 3 years. These 20 trees represent a fundamental shift in how you can think about privacy and outdoor living. Instead of accepting expensive fencing or decades of waiting, you're creating living privacy walls that grow more valuable and more beautiful every single year. The beauty of these trees is versatility. Whether you have a tiny urban lot or sprawling acreage, wet soil or dry, northern cold or southern heat, there's a fast-growing privacy solution that fits your specific situation. You don't need massive budgets or professional installation. What you need is knowledge, which you now have, and willingness to plant strategically for the privacy you deserve. These trees got overlooked or underestimated, not because they're not effective, but because people don't realize how fast they actually grow. They assume all trees take decades to provide meaningful screening, but you now know better. You know that with the right species, you can have legitimate privacy before your kids finish elementary school. The secret to backyard privacy isn't patience. It's choosing fast growers and planting them strategically. That's the approach that transforms properties in years instead of decades. And that's exactly what makes these trees perfect for homeowners ready to reclaim their outdoor privacy. If this guide has changed the way you look at the boundaries of your property, please subscribe and like the video. We are uncovering the natural secrets that others have tried to ignore. Plant your future today. The next landscape treasure will be revealed soon.